Online at 560theanswer.com, on the AM 560 mobile app, on your Alexa-powered smart speaker, and on TuneIn, iHeart, and on Odyssey. If you're looking for the latest news, insight into what it means, and the sharpest opinion, there's only one station in Chicago where you can turn, and it's this one. We're AM 560, The Answer.
Sing it.
It sounds like some Chicago music.
Money is a crime. Oh boy, that was really bad. Well, we were having this conversation about what is the best cell phone service and cable service, because I'm going to have the biggest party in the world when I break up with Comcast. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to light up poppers because my service goes out all the time.
Yeah.
Because they're doing work. Oh, sorry, there's an outage in your neighborhood. It should be restored by 3 o'clock. And then 3 o'clock rolls around, nothing.
Yeah.
5 o'clock rolls around. And the worst was, the day the Queen died.
Yeah.
That's when it went out.
I love AT&T.
The Queen is dead. I need to watch my television. I need to be on the internet. Yeah. So
I love AT&T's cable and internet. The phone service is not as good because, like, where I'm down where I'm at, sometimes you lose service because I'm down in the boonies.
Oh.
You lose service.
So and then also I've had Verizon phone since 1996.
Oh, that's
but every
Android,
time, no, it's an iPhone.
Oh, yeah.
But it's linked to Verizon. Every time they come out with a new model, every time, like clockwork. The phone doesn't ring when people call me.
Uh-oh.
I talked to my friend Lois on the South Side. Whenever I talk to her, she's like, "Girl, your phone, what? You need a new phone." So then I go and I paid the $200 insurance, got a new phone. Same problem.
No, boy.
But every time they have a new number, boom. Yeah. I can't. Anytime anybody calls me, my phone never rings, even if I have the ringer on. So I don't know what to do.
You possessed or something? What's going on with your phone?
I don't know. All right, with more on this, let's find out what kind of cell phone service he has and cable service. Stephen Moore, what do you have? Tell us what you got. What do you have for your phone service and what do you have for your cable?
I've got a Blackberry.
No, you don't, Stephen.
I had, I had my Blackberry until the last day you could have your Blackberry.
Me too. Me too. They had to wrench it out of my hand, Amy.
Well, didn't they stop service though? They cut us off.
I still miss the Blackberry because, and you know what? I love the keyboard, the little keyboard on the Blackberry because I have an iPhone now. I had to succumb, and I can't type on it because it's harder. They don't have little grooves for the keys. So
we sound so old.
There's a big problem, by the way. Have you
That's
noticed
what I'm laughing at.
Because they have spell check on these things now. You send out a message, and the computer will put in a different word. Because they think you're different, and then you read it, and you're like, "Oh, that's not what I meant."
I know. I one time I texted to my ex-husband. I said, "Russell's going to have the best chicken dinner." It said, "Russell's breasts is going to be served for dinner."
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not what I meant. Yeah. We're not eating my son's breast. That's so funny.
Obama had a Blackberry.
Obama had a Blackberry. And he was one of the old school.
I love the Blackberry.
You
know what I did? I stacked up on them. I have like a cabinet full of Blackberries just
You're
in
such
case.
a nerd.
Keep them.
They can come back.
They may be worth something at some point.
Are you just saying that, or is that true?
No, I have like 4 of them. I told my assistant buy 4 of them before they completely go out. And but now I had to succumb. I got the Blackberry. But the other thing I wanted to tell you, I've been chomping at the bit to tell you this, Amy. I was in West Palm Beach, Florida last week.
Okay.
And all these people would come up to me. I listen to you on the Dan and Amy show. I'm like, we're in Palm Beach. I'm here 4 months, 6 months of the year, but the other 6 months when I'm in Chicago, I listen to Dan and Amy. But I got to tell you, you're losing your people. No. They're all going to Florida. They're all going to South
but
Carolina.
They listen to us on the
Arizona.
Podcast because we're here and we get phone calls from Florida, Texas.
Yeah. It's amazing. You have an incredible audience, but you better do something. And the other thing is, I get asked this all the time. I know you're supposed to be asking the questions, but I need to ask you guys.
No, talk to us.
Who is going to be the next mayor of Chicago?
Oh boy, we just had that conversation.
So Mayor Lightfoot voted early the other day, and after she was done voting, with her wife and her daughter was there. Who, by the way, her daughter is beautiful. Her daughter's tall. She's statuesque. Because last time I saw her, she was a little ankle biter. But anywho, so she came outside and she made this declarative statement. The runoff is going to be between me. The 2 candidates that are going to make the runoff are me and Paul Vallis.
Yay!
But
I think she's going to win.
Since then, Anjanette Young, who was the victim of a botched raid last year, She has come out and supported Brandon Johnson. Brandon Johnson, I think, is the sleeper cell here. I think that he is going to come back because he is support of the SEIU and the CTU. And you know how I feel about the CTU. But he's got their support, and they vote. They will vote. They would even miss school to vote or be late to their jobs.
The worst candidate.
He is, because he wants to tax anyone in Chicago who makes $100,000 or more. They're going to be taxed 3% more.
Oh
because
my God.
He thinks
that would seriously. I want to make sure your listeners understand this. I'm your chief economist, all right?
Okay, help us out.
That would be catastrophic for the city. There are about 8 cities in the country that have these wage income taxes. Cities. And every one of them, like Detroit, Memphis, is incomplete. People move out. So if you want to get a free one-way freeway out of Chicago, that's the way you do it. So this will be the final nail in the coffin of one of America's greatest cities if you impose a city income tax on top of all the other taxes you pay in Illinois. You serious?
Well, people should look at, we were talking about cable and internet service. Look at your cable bill. $40 a month goes to taxes.
What?
If you live in the city.
What?
We have extra taxes. $5 of my cell phone bill goes to the 911 center every month.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got to take a look at your bill, because I always call your cable company. I always say, how can I lower my bill? Yeah. And she even says, she goes, how do you lower your bill? You moved to Indiana. She said, do you know how many people that I've talked to moved to Indiana? It's $60 in Chicago. It's $15 in Indiana.
Goodness.
Just if you move across the border a month. I mean, that's a big difference. That kind of stuff adds up. But yeah, even Mayor Lightfoot said that if Brandon Johnson's elected, and I've even said too, if Brandon Johnson wins, I have to move out of the city.
Now, I've never heard of Brandon Johnson. Is he black, white, Hispanic?
He's a black male. There's 9 candidates, and I believe 7? No, 7 are black.
Yeah.
And then we have Chewy Garcia.
So
he's
do you
Hispanic.
really want to turn over control of the city to the teachers' unions? Are you nuts?
Oh my God! But people are nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. The teachers' union is the problem in the city. That's why you have. I mean, I looked up. Remember when we talked last week, and I was talking about the schools in Baltimore, and I think it was you. Either you or Dan said, "Well, we got this problem in Chicago where there's 50 schools that where none of the kids are even reading or doing math at proficiency level."
We have 60.
You'd think you'd shut those schools down. I mean, if they're failing, why keep them open? But why are the schools so bad in Chicago? The teachers' unions.
Mm-hmm.
You need education freedom in Chicago. I hope that what's his name, Vallis? He wants more school choice, right?
Yes, he's for school choice, and I'm a Vallis supporter, believe it or not. Even though we had a little bump in the road, Steve, and I don't know if you heard about it, because Governor DeSantis came to visit, and Paul Vallis put out a press release denouncing him, calling him a right-wing extremist. Yep.
Really? Oh, no.
I died a little inside when I read that.
That's really bad. I mean, because Florida has school choice, and it's working great. And the biggest beneficiaries of the school choice are the black children and the Hispanic children. So why wouldn't you want parents to be able to decide where they can send their kids to school? It doesn't even make any sense. Why would anybody be against that?
Well, back to Brandon Johnson, 34% of Chicago public school teachers make $100,000 or more. So I don't know whether, and also too,
for the worst schools in the country, you're paying $100,000 per teacher. That is, what are you going to do? Fix the schools by paying them $150,000? No, I don't think so. You got to get rid of bad teachers, not pay them more.
Oh, it's really hard to get rid of a bad teacher. Trust me.
I know.
Because I've been a part of the system for 14 years now. But listen to this. So the teachers union, the CTU, gave Brandon Johnson $1 million in borrowing dues money against future contributions.
Wow. Are you serious?
So I always, when I see my teacher friends, like, how you like that? Because these dues are pretty serious. Like your dues went straight to his campaign, and they claim that they're going to pay it back with future dues. Yeah. They're not.
Unbelievable. By the way, I want to make clear to your listeners, I'm not against teaching. I mean, I'm not against paying great teachers $100,000. If you got a great teacher, $100,000, pay them $100,000. What I'm against is paying $80,000 or anything to a teacher that stinks. They don't belong in a classroom. You got to have some kind of merit-based pay where the good teachers get paid more and the bad teachers find another job. And you're not doing that in Chicago. So I'm not anti-teacher. I'm just against bad teachers. In Philadelphia, I don't know what the number is for Chicago. in Philadelphia, the average SAT score for a Philadelphia teacher is 800. That means that even the teachers can't read or write. How are they going to teach it? I mean, it's absurd.
Well, they wouldn't even dare to take that test here in Chicago. I wouldn't want to take that test with the average SAT. So quickly, we have a financial question for you because household debt reached the highest level since 2008. Oh, boy.
Yep. Well, that's a big, why that's happening? You know why?
Why?
Inflation.
No, I know.
People can't pay their bills. I mean, inflation's risen 8% over the last 14 months or so, and wages are up about 5%. So people are falling further and further behind every month. Biden is making Americans poor. No, everything isn't hunky-dory in America. And so how are people paying their bills? They are ringing up their credit card debt. And, I think it was you who was telling me last week, Amy, what did you say you were paying for, like, Wheaties and the grocery bills?
$9.49.
For what?
For cereal.
No way.
Yes, in the city.
Oh, my God. No.
And then I went to the suburbs, to the Jewels out here, and it was just the same. It was the same. I got no benefit from sitting, shopping in the suburbs as the city.
Unbelievable. I remember when a box of Wheaties was like $1.99.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when eggs were 99 cents.
I remember when eggs were 99. Not what. So I just bought a 12-pack of those bad boy eggs. $4.95 was the cheapest I could find.
$6 and something was where
well,
Can you believe
now
that?
you know why. Now you know why people are doing their grocery shopping at the dollar store because they can't afford to go to the grocery store.
Stephen,
I go there.
I go there all the time. Once a week, I go to the dollar store. I get cat food there. I get cleaning supplies. Is the best place. Paper, plates, napkins, and it's not $1. Steve, it's $1.25, but it's still called the dollar store. Yeah. So it's fake news.
Exactly. It's now the $2 store. Now, okay, I know we're running out of time, so I got to remind everyone.
Yes, please.
Since we're talking about food.
Yes.
What is today? Today?
Lent.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
What are you giving up? What are you guys giving up for Lent this year?
That should be a talk topic.
Yeah.
We didn't.
We should have. I'm giving up meat. I'm giving up meat except fish.
You're giving up meat except
chicken
fish.
And all that. Yeah.
Okay.
You
for the whole month, for the whole 40 days?
Yes.
You're not going to have any meat. A hot dog, hamburger,
just fish.
steak.
No, it's only on the Fridays. Only on the Fridays you can't eat meat.
We're doing it. I'm doing it the entire.
Oh my God, that's awesome! You know what I'm giving up?
30 pounds.
Sex. I'm giving up sex for 40 days.
Oh,
well, that just escalated quickly.
That went from 0 to 100.
Hello.
Yeah.
My wife is glaring at me right now.
You didn't say anything. What are you giving up? What are you giving up?
I didn't say anything after
Maybe what
that.
are you giving up?
All right. You know what I'm going to give up?
You're giving up Dan Prop, right?
I'm giving up Dan Prop. Relationship's over.
Don't tell him I said that.
You know what?
He's probably listening.
And Justin and Quinn are going to laugh at this. I'm going to, not that I do it a lot, but I'm going to give up swearing.
Oh.
You are?
I've never really heard you.
Oh, that's something my wife could never do that.
Justin is shaking
what
his
is
head.
it, by the way, Amy? Why is it that women swear more than men do?
I'm around kids,
potty mouth.
And I'm about to start my second season. During the season, if I hear them swear, we're running laps, we're doing burpees. I'm not going to have that trash talk in my gym. But in the off season, I get a little lippy.
Wow.
Yeah, my wife's just not. She's going to try to do exactly what you're going to do.
I don't think I've ever heard you use bad language.
She's never going to use the F word again.
Yeah. Stephen, real quick, though, Illinois is trying to revive. They're trying to revive the progressive tax. You think Chicago passing that tax? What happens if that progressive tax passes here in the state of Illinois?
Wait, didn't they? I thought that passed by didn't you have?
No, we defeated it.
We had a measure. We defeated it, but now certain
Martwick.
state senator Martwick wants to bring it back. And
Progressive
Pritzker says
tax,
no.
Yeah, so progressive tax will kill the state. I mean, how many millionaires and billionaires have to leave Illinois before you realize that when you try to tax them more, they just move to Florida and Texas and Tennessee? There's 9 states in this country, folks, that have no income tax. None, zero.
Let's go
you
over
can
them.
Move to
Texas.
Nevada, Washington, South Dakota, Wyoming, Texas, Tennessee, Florida, New Hampshire, and did I leave? Oh, Alaska. So I think that's 9.
Yep, that is 9.
I'm not suggesting that you move to Alaska, but there are.
It's beautiful there. No, it is. I have friends that live there.
Dark too much. That's too much dark.
Those 9 states with no income tax have twice the level of job creation, twice the income gains, and double the population gains than states with high income taxes, high taxes, and unfortunately, Illinois is one of them. I mean, don't forget, Ken Griffin was, the richest guy in Illinois, and creating thousands of jobs, giving hundreds of millions of dollars to charity. Now he's doing it in Florida. How does that benefit
I got to tell
Illinois?
you, God bless Ken Griffin, because whenever there was a problem on the bike path or in one of the overfly bridge, he would come forward and fix it. Mayor Light she'd be pouring over graciousness, like, thank you so much. And I thank him because I use the bike path, and it would never have gotten fixed had he not come forward and given us the money.
Well, there's an old saying, okay, you ready for this? When you tax something, you get less of it. So when you tax millionaires, guess what? You get less millionaires.
Okay. All right, Stephen Moore, we're going to have to leave it there. He's noted economist, New Trier grad, author of Govzilla, How the Relentless Growth of Government is Devouring Our Economy and Our Freedom. Thank you, Stephen Moore.
I called that one right.
You still got to come on my show, Stephen. You still got to come on my show, Black and Right.
Anytime.
All right.
You let me know.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Thanks. And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
This is the morning show more Chicago radio listeners are choosing. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Democrats just want to win the next election, and they're trying to do it with ceaseless money printing. They do not care if the value of your retirement is sacrificed. Hi, Stephen K. Bannon. It is critical to protect your retirement right now with a gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. To learn more, get a free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word SHELTER to 989898. There's nothing to buy and no obligation at all. Text the word SHELTER to 989898 to get a free info kit on gold.
If you